That's right, it's your old boy Gilbert here, WWS longest reigning light heavyweight champion. That's right, I said it, yes I did. And this is for all you YouTubers out there. You're first, that's right. You're first to turn into Around the Point. That's right, with Heel Steve. Heel Steve and Around the Point, baby, just don't get no better.
Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on, everybody? Happy Sunday to all of you out there. God damn, what am I doing here? Wait a minute. Here we go. Beautiful Sunday to all of you, or late Sunday night now. Hope all of you are enjoying yourselves and a lot of fun stuff. This is another live edition of Around the Point here live on YouTube.com and also over on Twitch, twitch.tv/Around the Point. Hit the follow button over there as well. You guys know who the fuck I am already. I'm that fat dude himself. It's Steve. What's going on, everybody? And I'm here joined by the good brother all the way in beautiful California, the one, the only. Look at those beautiful belts. Chase Oliver. Chase, how have you been, bro?
It's great, man. People have said the fall weather's been kicking their ass. Not here in California. 90 degrees the last week, baby.
I said, I think for me, as I get older, I can appreciate the fall weather, dude. I can appreciate it. And obviously, we're joined here by a special guest here, backed by popular demand himself, the one, the only, OkayFabe. Connor, how have you been, buddy?
Enjoying this fall fucking weather.
By the way, he's also my girlfriend's favorite YouTuber, the one, the only OkayFabe.
Since when?
I'm just, I gotta say something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I was about to say, good lord, like I've barely done that much content lately. Not to say that stuff coming soon.
Hour of OkayFabe. Listen, just look at him once, and it's like, oh, it's over. No contest. No contest. So, gentlemen, I hope all of you guys had a fun, wonderful week. For me, work, the rent to do, first of the month.
Ugh, Jesus,
$600. $600. Here you go. Here you go, Mom. Here you go. So there's that too. We got people in the chat as well. If you guys are in the chat, feel free to comment in and all that stuff. And yeah. So, Connor.
Yeah.
To let people know, what's going on with you and, NAW, and all that wonderful stuff. Let them know, bro.
So it's been a weird, year and a half since I stopped doing the Random Wrestling podcast. And I'm still kind of doing, figuring out what I like to do, just having fun with it and not having to be, worried. I mean, don't get me wrong. Never going to stop loving wrestling. But over on my channel, I got a couple fun things doing every Sunday night. Play Call of Duty with a group of friends. So if you're on the Call of Duty Black Ops, we always have some fun doing that. Sometimes there's drinking involved. Most of the time there's drinking involved. But I also started doing my own promotion in a sort of way. New Alternative Wrestling. It's based off of the WWE 2K19 game because let's face it, WWE 2K20 is WWE 2K20. So we're doing shows. We're doing shows once a month. Next one is going to be end of October, and we just announced the main event, which is going to be a steel cage match for the world title, Bryan versus Dean Ambrose. The fun thing about NAW is that we're taking, and this is actually really scary, and if you guys have the game still, I encourage you guys to do it. Go through the game and see who is still on the main roster.
Oh, God.
Dude, that's my point. So anybody who's in NAW is in the WWE 2K19 game who's not currently on the main WWE roster. Needless to say, we've got a huge-ass roster. It's insane.
And
fun.
And we got people also in the chat you're kicking ass. If you guys are in the chat, feel free to comment, give us questions, all that fun stuff. We're also, again, on Twitch, twitch.tv/Around the Point. Hit the follow button there. And also, we got Sam Cat going to HOG. That's House of Glory, Born Again coming up.
I think they're coming back.
November. The main event of the show is going to be Amazing Red versus Will Ospreay. That's going to be a killer.
Ooh.
Yeah, Amazing Red's still wrestling?
That's what I thought. I thought he retired.
So I guess he runs House of Glory, and I guess,
Oh, he's getting a match for himself, brother.
First big match in 2 years. You know, hey,
Look at Jack Spade over there, dude. He's Jack Spade, brother. You gotta get that big payday.
Sneaking in food the next time AEW goes to Arthur Ashe Stadium. I never left my seat. You are a soldier. Let me say that right now. Me and Walter missed 2 matches because we had to get drinks. Yeah, bro. So we missed basically Cody and Malachi Black. We saw
you didn't miss anything there.
Brandon Brown, OkayFabe, Bay.
What's up, Brandon?
Brandon, how are you, buddy?
What's going on?
And hi, Connor and Pale Steven Jurgen, a heel.
Brandon, it better be a typo.
The Amazing Red comeback to Pro Wrestling and House of Glory should be pretty dope by the MWN Network. And Locked In by True Heel Romeo. By the way, I want to give a shout out to Romeo and the good guys over at True Heel Heat. This past Friday, I was over on their channel. We did a live watch along to Friday Night Warriors. We basically did a watch along to both SmackDown, the Draft, and AEW Rampage. It was fun.
Ooh,
fun.
Wow.
And yeah. So let's get into this, shall we? You know, the draft just happened. Well, part 1 of the draft. Part 1. Needless to say, you know, it's that time of the year again. Freshen up things. We hear this all the time, right? You know, and we're watching it live, obviously. And a part of me is like, can we go back to the days of having, you know, the GMs, or I remember like the first draft, it was the co-owners. They were on the stage, right, on some different podiums, and they announced their picks, or a lottery thing, or you know what? My favorite one from 2005, I think it was, when Cena showed up, and then every week it was one person. Just one person.
That was a good one.
Showing up, but you didn't know who it was, right? So Cena was the first one drafted, and then the last week of the draft, they drafted Batista to Raw. Even though we never got to see the SmackDown title. I'm sorry, the SmackDown.
It worked out well. I remember that because they had like a pay-per-view in the middle of it, and then Batista did like his last match with Triple H, and then that Friday he went to SmackDown. I love that one, but because there's no GMs now, it doesn't have the same impact that it used to.
Absolutely.
It's just ugh.
Chase, what about you? What were your overall thoughts on what you saw on Friday night with the draft and all that stuff, man? We'll get into the list.
It was super boring, man. Like the last time they had like the green room with Cletus the robot and they're the USA, like they had the fake actors acting like they're USA executives pissed off that like someone got drafted. Like there was no like hype. It was just like, okay, like I wish WWE, like I get it, it's like the season premiere, like this is what you gotta do. You gotta hype us up somehow, but can't you just like, I don't know, like build it up? Like, why couldn't it's like, okay, Roman Reigns is gonna have this match with Big E and Bobby Lashley, right? That, you know, that triple threat match they had. Why didn't they have it where it's like, hey, if you win, you're protected. You can choose whichever brand you want to go to, and then Big E and Bobby Lashley enter the free agent pool, because none of these guys feel like free agents. Like that's the thing. Like next year they need to justify who's a free agent and then whose isn't, because like of course with the number 1 overall pick they're going to choose Roman Reigns, but then the picks look stupid. Like I'm sorry. I like Big E, I get it, he's the WWE champion. Why is Raw not drafting Seth Rollins? Why is Raw not drafting Edge? Why is Raw not drafting anyone? Like, oh, Big E's WWE champion. No, but I'm saying like with the 2nd overall pick, you're gonna choose Big E over Edge and Seth Rollins? No, that's stupid logic. I'm sorry.
No, you got a point. I mean, it's just the whole concept. I don't understand. Like, look, there have been draft years that have not been that exciting or interesting, right? And we kind of see the writing on the wall. And we kind of see what they're doing for it, and what we know really why they're doing it. It blows my mind that WWE has taken a potentially excitable thing with the draft, right? A potentially intriguing, unique, huge opportunity, not just to shake things up creatively across the board amongst all their shows, because NXT is now involved, but to like, make an event and a spectacle out of it. And somehow they have beautifully managed to make it the most boring thing I've seen in recent memory. I don't understand the fathom of it all. I can't comprehend it. How do you take something that's so uniquely intriguing and you can make, and it's not even like you're going like that far or crazy out of it. You're just switching people to different shows, but you can make a big deal out of it. So there's no GMs. So the shows feel all the same. There's not really much difference in them if they're all bouncing around. Survivor Series is right around the goddamn corner. So, I'm going to be Team Raw, even though I've been here for only 3 freaking weeks. And the draft doesn't even take into effect for like another month. Like,
yeah, we're waiting till Crown Jewel, baby.
Oh,
the Saudi Prince, the Saudi Prince.
Yeah.
Reading the comments as well.
God.
Here from Trilogies. You have to draft the WWE champion. LOL. More so drafting the belt than the performer.
Here's the thing.
Yes,
I think though they could do it where look, sorry, Biggie, if you get drafted to SmackDown, you're losing the title. Like, this would be really or at least justify hey, the champions, they're stuck on that brand, so that way it makes more sense. Like, here's stuff that makes sense because to me as a viewer, this is like the NFL draft. Like, if I'm watching the NFL draft and I see a player get taken way before anyone else, I'm gonna say, dude, that's the dumbest pick ever. I don't care if it's oh, this guy's a champion. I want I want people to watch my show. I want people to watch my show. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sorry, Big E's cool and all, but Edge and Seth Rollins, they're gonna get people to watch my show more than anything else.
I highly disagree at the idea of them drafting fucking everyone. I think that you should. It was fine for when Fox took over and it was the one. Okay, fine, one-time deal. But you don't need to redraft everybody because literally 2/3 of your picks are going to be people staying where the fuck they are, which is fine. That's totally fine. I understand that. But if you're getting me excitement about it, you're going to get lost in the shuffle of oh, so-and-so's here now. Oh, wait, what? I was too busy paying attention to the fact that you just told me that half the fucking roster is staying where it's at. You're wasting time with that. Get me excited about these new opportunities for people to face other people instead of getting lost in the shuffle of oh, by the way, Lacey Evans is now on SmackDown. I'm just throwing a name out there, but I'm not saying that I would be super excited, but I'd be more invested. Oh, wow, Lacey Evans over at SmackDown, huh? That could create some interesting opportunities and roll with that rather than wasting time with oh, by the way, your Universal Champion is staying on SmackDown. No fucking shit. Of course he is.
Yeah, no shit. Roman's gonna stay on SmackDown. No way. And especially with Drew McIntyre. I was actually hyped at the end of Raw. Big E wins. He has a big win over Bobby Lashley, and then here's McIntyre with his sword. I was like, all right, let's go. Big E versus McIntyre, and now we back to McIntyre and Roman, which is not a bad feud. I'm not against it. It's just you got me. You gave me, and I get it. Everyone's gonna say, well, yeah, I guess that could happen at the Saudi show, but then the intrigue of maybe McIntyre winning, and because if there was an obstacle for Big E to make me say, hey, is this guy really our WWE champion? It's Drew McIntyre, who they've been pushing for the last year and have pushed really, really strongly and have made a good champion, and a good top guy. So, but now he's on SmackDown, which is fine. But it's what else is for Big E? That's the thing. I just feel the draft go back to how it was when they had the little computer go and then they just tell me who was on Raw or SmackDown. Go back to what you guys mentioned earlier, 2005 and stuff like that, or make it random that would be more in 2004. Remember they had the ping pong balls and stuff like that, and then they were oh, this person got drafted and stuff like that. That would be more fun. Or Connor said, make it work. No, but make it where it's just a certain amount of people get drafted. The rest of you're free agents, and then you could build interesting stories. Look at one of the better stories from the first draft of this new era. That Heath Slater, he got kids, he was bouncing around the brands, he was trying to find a home, and then it ended up him and Rhino being attacking. Do something like that. That would be kind of cool. Where it's hey, these guys didn't get drafted. Okay, well, do they want to go on Raw 2.0? Do they want to go to SmackDown? Where do they want to go? And then figure it out from there. I don't feel like you said, Connor, no one needs I don't feel like everyone needs to be drafted. I feel the draft should be okay, these are the cream of the crop. These are for example, no offense, Austin Theory. Why the fuck are you drafting Austin Theory over Seth Rollins, Bobby Lashley, all the on Raw?
Right.
No offense to Austin Theory, but It's like
Right.
when you release the next day a bunch of random names, it's like, yo, Austin Theory could have gone on those names. Like, and I get it, they're trying to build up Austin Theory, but here's the thing: if this guy going to be mentioned on the draft night on Fox, I better see this dude be U.S. IC champion, whatever belt is on Raw. He better be in a featured Mania match. He better be a big deal because if you're going to feature him now, he has to be a big deal. It's just how it works.
I mean, realistically, yeah, Chase is right. If this was a real thing, you would be picking the top guys in your first swing, no matter what, and you'd be
Becky
trying
Lynch.
to, yeah, you'd be getting all the champions. It doesn't matter if they're fucking Raw or SmackDown champion. You'd be trying to get the cream of the crop immediately. So, just to reiterate that, you don't need to focus on everyone. Like, the fucking shit, half the rosters or 2/3 of the roster is going to stay where they're at. If you're going to draft new people and switch things up, give them the stage to do so. That's why the other ones worked so well, is because you had less is more. You had, so-and-so's moving here. So that means that much. It's a significance of, hey, wow. Okay. And then your brain starts working of, that means so-and-so can fight so-and-so and blah, blah, blah. It just, how do you fuck up a non-broken wheel?
Yeah, so let's read some comments here. Then I'm gonna read the list of the draft, so we can, if you get some thoughts on that stuff here. Chief writes here, my favorite draft was the 2004 draft with Heyman and Bishop going back and forth with each other. We all know how that ended, right?
Yep.
Paul Heyman walked away.
Yep.
Yeah, the draft format sucks. Jurgen writes here, Charlotte Flair went to SmackDown and then Becky Lynch went to Monday Night Raw. I bet you anything they are going to trade the belt, which will likely. I mean, then again,
that's the kind of shit I mean, though. Like,
who to say Becky drops the SmackDown title at Saudi Arabia? Because again, they did announce on SmackDown before SmackDown that we're gonna get Becky Lynch defending the championship against both Bianca and Sasha Banks. So we made progress, guys. We made progress.
Dude, I remember the first Saudi show. They had to show us a video about women driving in Saudi Arabia. And I was like, the fuck is this shit?
I mean, I guess it was just more of a, like, why here? But like the point, though, like, going back to that comment, it's like, when you see part one of a draft, it's like, well, the fucking, the writing on the wall. Yeah, see, exactly. Chief just said it. What I don't like about the current draft is they announce wrestlers already on the show. So I'm saying you don't need to waste like a two-thirds of the rosters are going to stay the same, realistically, right? 2/3 of the rosters are going to stay the same with NXT, Raw, and SmackDown. So instead of wasting the fucking time focusing on the people that they're going to stay there anyway, why don't you just take the time to focus and highlight a career like Austin Theory, right? Just like Chase was saying earlier. That is a huge moment for Austin Theory to be drafted up to one of the main rosters, but again, yeah, second time's a charm, right? 2.0, just like NXT. But it's gonna get lost in the shuffle of like getting like, oh yeah, so and so's here. What? Hey, where are we? Like, it's just a waste of time. This is a great chance for like new people to get like a fresh start to like, shake things up again, pal. And it's not getting shaken up. It's getting shaken up in the worst way possible. Exactly. It's not shake and bake.
SmackDown was good. I had a great time. I'm glad Jeff Hardy's on SmackDown. Me too. Him and Roman going at it. Again, you got to feed. If the idea that Roman's still holding on to this belt, throw him a body.
Roman needs baby faces.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Becky hasn't been back to Raw yet. Bianca was. That's true. I apologize. Imagine drafting Drew. Imagine Drew over RK Bro. Drafting Drew over RK Bro. Oh my god.
I mean,
so let's look at the list. I have it here. Round 1. Early in the show, Roman Reigns, Universal Champ, driving SmackDown. Wow. Pick number 2.
A+.
Pick number 2 for Raw. Big E, the WWE champion.
A-.
Raw Women's Champion, Charlotte Flair to SmackDown.
That's an A+. Now I don't have to keep watching Raw that much.
That one I agree with.
Bianca Belair to Monday Night Raw.
That one I also agree with.
That's an A. Drew McIntyre. Connor, can you still do that? Can you still do the haggis accent?
Well, you mean the Drew McIntyre accent, and then I sound like him? I'm gonna come over to SmackDown and kick your ass. Haggis.
I don't know. I know you and Roman are gonna go at it again eventually.
Okay, so Drew to SmackDown, right?
That's an A+ move because, like, look, if they couldn't get, if they could, like, here's the thing. You know, and Romeo said it. Fox said, "Give us the two faces of WWE." They literally have been building up Drew as number. Roman said it best in the Survivor Series promo last year. You're a great number 2. Now Fox has number 1 and number 2, and I can tell you this: USA Network, they loved Drew McIntyre. I don't care what anyone says. You can tell who USA wants to get pushed based off the commercials. And even when Drew was like, even when Drew was Dolph Ziggler's jobber, he was getting pushed in all these commercials. Like, he was literally like, he was a jobber. He was like Dolph Ziggler's little bitch, and we were like I remembered, like, it was like, catch Drew McIntyre on Monday Night Raw. I'm like, catch what on? He's barely on. He's not even on Raw. What do you mean catch him on Raw? What is this? Like, he was literally never on, and the commercials would be like, catch the Scottish psychopath. Like, he was freaking Baron Corbin's bitch, and he was barely on. Yeah, him and Lashley were literally jobbers to Corbin, and they were like, catch the almighty Bobby Lashley. And I'm like, when? He's barely wrestling. But yeah, no, like, but like, seriously, McIntyre went literally from nothing to something, and really in the worst era of professional wrestling, this pandemic era, this dude found a way to succeed, and I give him nothing but props for it, man. Like they took away the one thing that was getting him over. 3, 2, 1. That right there. I was there for SummerSlam against a shitty match against Jinder Mahal. I told my mom. My mom said, "Is this Jinder Mahal good?" I said, "No, he sucks. You won't know when the match is going to end because he does the same moves." And my mom was like, "This is terrible." And yet when Drew was going 3, my mom's old ass was going 3 with him. Been loving that shit. So Drew McIntyre, he knows what he's doing. He's great. And now him and Roman are in the same brand. It's going to be interesting. But Drew, you know, no offense to Shinsuke, not a bad guy if you want to put the IC title on him, you know?
I'm saying this, you know, for Survivor Series, if they're not going to do champion versus champion, I'm down to see a team Bloodline versus Drew, another team of Drew. If they're not going to give us the Bloodline versus the New Day match, but we'll see. We continue on with this list here. There was Drew McIntyre there in Connor impersonation. Connor still has it. The Raw Tag Team Champions, RK Bro, drafted to Monday Night Raw. Again, they never left. They're still on the same show.
Oh, wow. You see, how does this make sense? What year was it that we got the single super? These tag teams are ridiculous. But Randy's barely on, but whatever. This is a B+ move. I mean, I don't understand how you don't draft Seth Rollins here. Like, see, this is what you need. You need like an analyst who's like me freaking out about the picks and just be like, what the heck's going on here? So
just throwing like, I can just picture,
yeah.
I can picture Chase in like a war room with like a suit, the tie's loose, and like he's sweating like crazy, throwing papers all over the place. The papers don't have anything on him. It just says Raw and SmackDown and NXT on him. He's like, what is this? It's like, and pretty soon it's like, there's no audio. There's no audio because they're about to cut from commercial. It's like, we get back from commercial. We get to Chase and get his picks. Chase is over there, like no audio, just
just upset. Yeah, I'll be freaking out that my war room drafted RK Bro over Seth Rollins. I'd be like, what the fuck is this?
I curb stopped this draft.
How come we haven't drafted Tommaso Ciampa yet? Let's just get all the champions.
By the way, right now when I mentioned Drew and RK Bro, that's round 2. Okay, the New Day, Xavier Woods and Kofi are on SmackDown. So basically, the New Day for 2 years in a row are donezo again. Even though technically they never split up, they're just not on the same show. But however, on the pay-per-view,
I don't understand Vince's obsession with taking Biggie. Like, he did this with the Hurt Business too, with Lashley. Why is it that he just doesn't want like the? I don't know. It just makes no sense to me. He did the same thing with Kofi too. The New Day was barely with Kofi when Kofi was champ.
He doesn't like factions. He barely likes tag teams.
Yeah.
So faction's the natural evolution of a tag team. So of course he doesn't like it.
And wrapping up round 2 was Edge going over to SmackDown. The same Edge who
you mean Raw.
Apparently this Edge, right? If you watch on SmackDown, right? He leaves his lights open, his lights on, the door open, no security, no motion sensor, right?
Dogs? Doesn't he have dogs?
Exactly.
Yeah. He lives in the middle of nowhere.
But yet, no motion sensor, no security cameras, no lights are all.
Right now, that cameraman must have been shitting his pants.
No, bro, he has money, bro. He doesn't give a shit. Fuck the light bill. Screw this.
No, Edge literally lives in the middle of nowhere.
God.
So I don't know how the fuck they found this place.
Apparently, his neighbors are Dave and someone else, and apparently,
okay, Steven, you know his neighbors are like 30 miles away from him, right? He owns like 40 acres of land or something like that.
Yeah, he's literally in the middle of bumfuck nowhere. Like, and you've seen the documentary. It's a great place, but he's like, there's nothing near him.
And of course, we are joined here by our good brother over in Sacramento, the one, the only Dave Sack. David, how are you? David, I guess he's happy to.
Yo. But Steven, you said Edge was drafted to SmackDown. He was actually drafted to Monday Night Raw.
I'm sorry, Martin. Again, it's kicking in, bro. I'm sorry, it's kicking in. When I'm in that state of mind. But
wait, he was drafted to Raw? Oh, okay. Oh yeah, he was drafted to Raw.
Yeah,
he fix your shit.
I mean, so this is what I was thinking. This is what I was thinking with Edge drafted to Raw. He's not a bad heel if you want to get Damian Priest over. You want Damian Priest to beat someone for the WWE Championship.
So realistically, you want to have, because I'm with Drew going to SmackDown. I was like, okay, what they're doing is they're sending a bunch of baby faces to SmackDown, and they're sending a bunch of heels to Raw for the respective champions. So I'm thinking, maybe Edge turns heel.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Because I feel like he would be the perfect heel to you want Damian Priest to get over like a bajillion bucks, have him beat a heel Edge.
I mean, that's a huge feather in his cap if he does that.
This is from Romy, by the way. If you don't let the viewer know who is available to be drafted for a night, the viewer is subject to say, "Shit, how does so and so get drafted before and so and so?"
Yeah,
right.
Thank you. Yeah, see, thank you. If do like what Romeo said, where it's like saying like, "Hey, these are the superstars that are available." That way, a viewer like me who is confused that Seth Rollins and all these guys aren't getting picked, it makes more sense for me. Because like Becky Lynch, how the hell are you not choosing her in the first round?
Exactly.
That's my point. Like if
guys, they want to leave you with the cliffhanger of what's going to happen in Crown Jewel. Unless if Becky doesn't get drafted on Monday, then you're left with that plot twist of which one of the champs is going to drop their title. It's either going to be Charlotte to someone on Raw, or then you're instantly thinking, okay, Bianca's going to win at Crown Jewel because of the whole. Like that's the whole thing that they're kind of setting up with you.
That's kind of a double-edged sword, though, because then it takes away from the matches. I mean, I get it. If you put everything on the line at Crown Jewel because Saudi money pays, but like when one match happens, then you know what's going to happen at the other one, and it kind of takes away from it.
That's why I hate the fact that like they're telling you that the draft itself doesn't play into effect until after Crown Jewel. That's kind of stupid.
Yeah.
Do it after Survivor Series, for God's sakes.
So let's continue with the list here, by the way. David, how have you been? I'm happy that you're here, bro. Hope you.
Hey, do you want to peek? You want to peek at the food?
Well, a little bit, in a little bit. Not right now. I'm looking at the list right
now.
Okay. So we're entering now round number 3. Okay. Drafted to SmackDown. Happy Corbin and Madcap Moss. I'm sorry, Madcap. I prefer Bump. Can we get Bump Corbin again?
Dude, I cannot believe WWE fucked this up. Bum Corbin was the best gimmick they had. This guy was phenomenal. I related to this guy.
Yeah.
I hate this guy. Broke as fuck. And this.
I agree,
Dave,
but
your mic is really bad right now. I can't even hear you, man. It's too loud. And then there's an echo.
I'm on my phone.
Yeah. Your mic's bad. Go change your settings real quick. But what's it called? But yeah, no, I related to bum ass Corbin. Yeah, no, bum ass Corbin. I related to. I was this guy. I remember being broke as hell, and I was like the best segment was one that would even air on TV. It was like on Backstage Pass. Caleb Braxton's interviewing him, and he's sitting there all super sad, and then he goes, you know, I bought into Bitcoin, and then it became 30,000, so I lost money into that, and then he's all going to this, and then afterwards, Caleb goes, well, the only way to think is to go up, and he goes, well, you say that, but how do you know? And I'm all sitting there like, I've had these discussions before too. I know what this is like.
I think man,
I related to this, and then they make these Vegas segments that are just hilarious, where he's up and he's down and he's up. And I was like, okay, keep it where he loses all his money. Have it where he loses all his money, and then of course, WWE just ruins it. Now he's happy Corbin. He has a good theme song, but
that's not what I'm. But see, when I envisioned Happy Corbin when the news came, okay, I didn't envision him being happy like this. Like happy shit, but be humble that you're happy. Be humble. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, hey, him still wearing the dirty shirt with the bad hair and stuff like that. And then Kayla's all like Corbin, like, you're smiling more. What's going on? He's like, Kayla, I realize that maybe I shouldn't be down in my life. I mean, yeah, I don't have money and I'm living in my car and, you know, I barely can make the towns. But hey, man, I'm here and I'm going to make the most of it.
He made a GoFundMe page. Do you remember that?
Corbin Fund? Corbin Fund. And the person stole the money.
Imagine this Corbin, this bum Corbin, right?
God.
In the Royal Rumble.
Oh, went over like Rover
30, at number 30.
He finally catches a break. Like they reveal he's 30. Fans would be so excited for number 30 for broke ass Corbin.
It would be over like Rover.
And then they do the barbarian thing where and over the top rope.
Yeah.
I remember he was like doing something and they got like run over by like a golf cart or something. Fucking gold. It's so good. It's so good. I suggested when he stole the Money in the Bank briefcase that it turns into a thing where like he goes to try and cash it in and it's empty.
I was thinking like
got like an IOU in there or something.
I was thinking like if he tried to cash in, like they should have done it where he cashes in and then he wins. But then they're like, oh, well, you didn't win the briefcase in an official match. You kind of stole it, so the title is not yours. So you get the moment where Corbin's happy, he wins the belt, he's crying with it, and then they take it away. Roman's like, this is mine.
Or even better, like if they did an interview after the match, it's like, I get to redeem myself after the last failed cash-in attempt. It's like,
yeah, sorry, didn't count, bro. Didn't beat Bobby Lashley.
So good.
So let's continue this list here, okay? So, and Madcap, whatever, okay? Going over to Monday Night Raw are the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions of Rhea Ripley and Nikki ASH.
Well, aren't they on all brands anyway? So it doesn't matter.
I don't, but I guess once they lose the belts,
they change their minds.
But yeah, and this one got a lot of people talking in the community. Drafted to SmackDown from NXT, Hit Row. So this got a lot of people within the community talking, per se, voicing what they felt, right? Someone from the tri-state, if you will, and apparently hit, Top Dollar, lashed out and responded back to fans and all that shit. And this, but also the fact that, hey, a lot of people will say that, hey, it's too soon. I can agree. And listen, not for nothing, I'm happy. Hey, on the surface, hey, I'm happy that you're finally going on the main roster, right? You're gonna be, there, right? and all that stuff, get more eyeballs on you and shit like that. But in reality, it's like, bro, what has Hit Row? What has Isaiah Swerve Scott done with the North American Championship? His winning from
He's the worst
fucking.
North American champ.
All I'm going to say is, with the exception of New Day and the Bloodline, factions in the last 4 years have not had a good run in general.
Like I like Hit Row. I think there's great potential in it. I think that they're very entertaining, but I don't know how long they. Yeah, I just don't know. Like, I want to say good things, but I have to say, like, because they're entertaining. It's nothing against them. It's just more of like who's booking, you know. And I don't know if this is something where Fox saw something and they're like, hey, we want this faction. You know, Fox is behind them, they'll do fine. But if the man's behind them, it's gonna be hard.
I mean, if I'd rather them SmackDown than Raw, I'll put it that way right now.
Yeah.
But
too though, and I hate, sorry, Connor, I cut you off. But Isaiah Swerve Scott is still the North American champion in NXT for now. Honestly, with this new NXT thing, I would not be surprised if that belt gets retired. I would not be surprised.
Good Lord.
Again, I'm not surprised. I'll get into NXT in a little bit as well. Because it's starting to actually grow on me, but we'll get into that in a little bit. Okay. But continuing on with the list here, okay. To Monday Night Raw, Keith Bearcat Lee. Now, I understand the name Bear, which is fine. However, if I had to make a little tweak, I would have named him, Bearcat Keith Lee rather than Keith Bearcat Lee. If you want to keep the Bearcat name.
Yeah.
It just rolls off a tongue better.
Mm-hmm. I can't believe people got so fucking bent out of shape about that. Like, it's not like he's coming out in a fucking jumpsuit like a bearcat or like a fucking cougar. Or something. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
Yeah, it's better music. If you've seen it, I think the theme song is. I'm happy. Listen, as long as the dude is now on TV every week, and let's see where this goes. You know what I mean? I'm all for it.
I feel like with Keith Lee, he's one of the examples of like. People look at what he was on the independents and need to realize that he wasn't going to be like that on the independents in WWE. Like, you got to understand, Vince looks at this guy. He doesn't want Keith Lee to be doing all these crazy moonsaults and dives. He wants Keith Lee to be, it's cool that he can do that, but it's like, hey man, like, we would rather you do that and surprise people. You're big, powerbomb people, be a threat. Like, you shouldn't be you shouldn't be wrestling like you're Adam Cole. You're not Adam Cole. You're not his size. You don't need to do that. Wrestle like you're Keith Lee.
Next to Omos, I think he's the biggest guy on the roster, right?
Yeah. Well, Bob Lashley too.
Oh yeah, Lashley. Yeah. No, I mean yeah. But yeah, no, that sounds like a Vince thing. Like, no, you don't need to do that shit now. No.
Yeah, but like, my opinion with the Bearcat name, it's just kind of like when Kofi. Remember, he was calling himself Wildcat. It didn't work. I don't. I get the tribute. I understand, but I'm like, hey, dude, like,
you're good.
Like, if Keith Lee had some ties to Bearcats, like if he went to Cincinnati or if he went to somewhere with the Bearcat, I would be cool. But yeah, I just wish he would just be like, I don't know, Keith Lee, But yeah, hey, as long as he gets shot, like you said, that's cool. He'll be a great heel down the line for sure.
Exactly. So now we go into round number 4. Going into SmackDown, we got a new subscriber.
Oh shit!
Y'all must forgot. Thank you for
Nate.
My boy
What's
Nate,
up, Nate,
the homie Nate. That's awesome, man. Awesome, brother. Appreciate you.
I'm guessing that's Nate. That's only Nate.
It is Nate. Yeah, it is Nate. It is Nate. CWS baby. CWS. Going to SmackDown is Naomi. I mean,
yep.
There's still, I guess she's doing this whole program now. Salute to y'all. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. She's doing this whole thing with Sonya Deville, right? I'm assuming that's gonna continue. So there's that. Yeah, it's crazy, but all we can say about Naomi. You would think by now, hey, they would have put her with the bloodline or something like that, or the Hurt Business.
She doesn't need to be.
I don't know, but again. Anyway. Going to Monday Night Raw, Ray and Dominic Mysterio. I said this on the live watch along that I did with Romeo over on their channel over True Heel Heat. Can we just send Dominic to NXT?
Presidents, I mean, this is the time to split them, you know.
No. To me, listen, I get it. You wanted to bring him in, that's fine. But okay, bro, listen.
No, I picture just Vince like, we're gonna send a Mysterio to NXT. Ray Mysterio, like, are you fucking kidding me? Why?
Braun Baker versus Rey Mysterio. I'm down with that.
Why? Vince, why are you sending? Well, Ray's good with the masks and merchandise and the kids. It's NXT 2.0, pal. Plus, have you seen the size of Dominic? He's here.
Yeah. Oh, dude. I think that's the only reason why Dominic is like. I think Vince, like, he totally forgot about Dominic. He was all like, hey, dude, Dominic. Yeah, I don't remember him. And then when he saw him, he was shocked that Ray's kid was big because Ray's so small and stuff like that. He was like, oh shit, he's 6 foot.
I smell money.
Hey, you know, Dominic is he's still rough. Yeah, like, you know, so many people want him to turn heel on Ray. I almost wish they like, and I think OTR Essential, one of his reviews said this, and I like this. Why doesn't Ray turn on Dominic? That'd be more believable. A Mexican dad upset at his Mexican son for being
Ray's
in
never been a
disgrace.
heel.
But that would be great. But like the thing is, it would be more believable. And then Dominic being a spoiled brat is a better. Dominic being a spoiled brat is a better move than Dominic just being a heel, being like, Dad, you know, like could you just imagine? He's like, Dad, and then Ray's just like, you're a disgrace to the Mysterio name. Like, fans would cheer that shit, and then he would just be
on
like,
your knees so I can slap you in the face.
One thing I'll say too. Think about this too, right?
Oh, that's
a lot of Mexican fathers are short and height wise.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
And then it culminates in a ladder match for Dominic's emancipation.
No, I'm just saying, if you're gonna make this shit believable, you want Dom to be a heel, make it where he's a whiny, spoiled brat, where he's like, Dad, did you see me out there? And Ray's just a disappointed father. I'll be like, hey, I'm with Rey Mysterio on this shit, dude. Dom, you stink.
That wouldn't be a bad idea. I would love to see that. Now, Chase sold me on it. Jason Schleg Daddy sold me on it. That's great.
Yeah, no, well, Schleg Daddy said, why don't you just make Ray the heel? But like I'm saying, Ray's still a babyface. He's just disappointed in his son for being a loser. he's just like, and Dominic's a whiny bitch the whole time. Because no one likes a whiner. Like, because that's the thing. Because like Dom turns heel on Ray. What's he gonna say? Oh, Dad, you never get no. Ray gave him everything, so it's just a boring storyline. But Ray just being the disappointed father,
she left you with Eddie.
I expect, yeah, shit like it's shit like that. I expected better from you. Like, why do you need me to always hold your hand? Like, and so I'll be like, that's
it writes
great.
itself. You're right.
Yeah, but like as someone said in the chat, Ray vetoed it, which you know that's the reason why Ray is not all elite. You know, because all elite wrestling was not going to his son, baby.
So let's continue with this list here. Okay, so you're still in round 4. Going to SmackDown is Jeff Hardy. We talked about this earlier. Hey, Roman needs someone to beat a babyface. Jeff Hardy, why not?
It's 2009, baby.
Exactly. We got No More Words too. Around the same. Even better, right? And going to Monday Night Raw from NXT, Austin Theory. There's a way. There's the way. Well, and that what we saw on TV. Listen, I'm happy for the guy. Listen, I think the kid is super talented. Okay, he's amazing. If you ever seen his stuff in Evolve prior to his time at NXT, inside the WWE, kid's amazing. That being said,
that's the proverbial JR blue chipper.
Yeah, he's someone that has the WWE look. Just like that, you get that.
Well,
vibe.
it's not just that. It's the thing of if he flops, he'll actually be one of the entertaining ones in that 24/7 thing, like Drake Maverick and R-Truth, because we know he's funny.
But here's the thing, though: if you're gonna bring him in right now, all right, that's cool.
20. I'm not looking at him at like I don't want him to be like, oh, if he flops. I'm not drafting
I'm
someone
just
or
saying-
bringing
no,
someone
I'm
up.
just-
No,
I'm just saying-
I'm just saying, if you're gonna make this guy succeed, you're in the back of your head. You're not saying, worst case, he's 24/7 champion. Like the fuck, like Austin Theory.
That's what they do with anybody.
What's wrong? Listen,
Yeah, like
Drake Maverick. Okay.
I believe we have touched a nerve on Mr. Oliver here.
no, I'm just saying, like, who the fuck is thinking that shit? If they're thinking that shit, they need to put in their resignation at WWE.
I'm thinking about his strengths. Okay, we saw him in NXT. He's a funny son of a bitch. He knows how to capitalize on a funny.
Yeah, but I'm saying, if I'm thinking about what he could become, I'm not saying, oh well, he's funny. So at the worst case scenario, he's a 24/7 champion type of guy.
Okay,
I'm not thinking like that.
Okay, well, if we're talking Austin Theory,
I'm thinking about how good he could be.
What was more memorable, him being in the way or him being managed by Zelina Vega during that flop thing of WrestleMania last year?
Yeah, but I'm trying to tell you, I'm not trying to look at his worst case scenario of him being a 24/7 champion. Why the fuck would I want him to be a 24/7 champion? I'm not trying to look at that. I'm trying to look at his positives.
Okay.
I'm trying to look at his positives here.
They catch your body, bro.
Okay.
I mean, y'all better motherfucker catch your body.
Wonder if they're gonna get rid of that belt anytime soon.
I don't know, but Austin Theory, I'm happy for. Like I said before, I think he's gonna do a lot of good things. That being said, if you're gonna bring him in, yes, he's funny. We get that, but I want to see him right now get back to serious Theory. You know what I'm saying? Again, you want to start focusing on your future. Austin Theory looks like the kind of guy that'll probably be well. I don't know anymore. I mean, with the other company.
I mean, Raw's the place to do it too, with the extra hour.
Exactly. So it's sink or swim. Like Dave said, it's sink or swim right now.
If it sinks, it's going 24.
Yeah. He wants him to sink the 24/7 title.
Did you expect the 24/7 spot for EC3? Did you? No, but that's where he ended up. I'm just saying,
where everybody ends up.
I'm saying if he ends up there, Austin Theory is someone who can. Austin Theory is someone who can take chicken shit and turn it into chicken salad. That's all I'm saying. Do I want him there? No, but if he does, he'll make the best of it.
So, Steven, did you see the supplemental list that got drafted?
So yeah, well, I was gonna get into that, Chug.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Oliver. Here we go. And as Saturday morning, the following additional WWE draft picks have been announced, courtesy of Talking Smack, streaming on, that place with the Cox and the USA Network and shit like that. Here we go. So going to Monday Night Raw, Akira Tosawa, Alpha Academy, that being Otis and Chad Gable. So you know what? I think this is a cool move. I'm cool with it. Why not? Someone for New Day to feud with, if you will, on Monday night. How about Friday night? You get what I'm saying. You know what? A team. Oh, fuck, never mind. I said it.
Steven, your eyes are getting a little glassy.
I'm okay. Okay. So also join them is Dewdrop, Drake Maverick from NXT.
That worries me a little bit.
John Morrison, Nia Jax, 24/7 champion Reggie, which I have been enjoying, but each their own. R-Truth, T-Bar, and Zelina Vega. And going over to SmackDown, started from the bottom, now we're here. Literally, the first YWC chick that's going through the main roster, Chick Kick, aka Aaliyah. Good for her.
Yeah.
Drew Gulak, Mace, so bye Retribution. Mansoor.
I said bye Retribution a long time ago.
Now you can.
Do you remember people were making a big deal? They were trying to defend Mustafa Ali, and I told people this will lead to nothing. It led to nothing, man. Like this was made for Roman. Roman was all about to come back. He was working out. He's like, all right, Vince, what you got for me? Vince showed him Retribution. He said, fuck that. I am not being a part of this group. And he said, look at how Roman is dressed, how he was coming back, wreck everyone and leave and stuff. You're trying to tell me that was just a Roman Reigns t-shirt? No, that was a Retribution t-shirt. Roman Reigns said, yes, son. I'm going to get I'm going to take another 6 months off. What are you talking about? That's all they were doing was wrecking everyone and leave. That's what Retribution was doing. You're going to try and tell me that was just a freaking, like, I have this shirt right here. I have a shirt right here. Like, look at this writing and shit. It's just Roman Reigns? This is some Retribution type shit. This is a Retribution shirt if I've seen it. And then Roman Reigns said, "No, you know what you're doing, fuckers? You're putting my Jeff Hardy looking logo right here, and that's how we're gonna do it. That's what we're gonna do. We ain't gonna have Retribution. True Retribution. This is my shirt now."
Oh my
That's
god.
what Roman did.
So
That's what
fucking,
Roman
it's so
did.
true. It's so true. You're absolutely right.
You're gonna sit here and try to tell me, Dave, that the wreck everyone and leave shirt was a Roman Reigns. Like, notice how after that shirt came out, immediately show up and win, and all these other shirts come out that are more Roman Reigns aligned. I'm telling you, man, Retribution was made for Roman. Roman looked at that and said, "No, this stinks. This is absolutely terrible." And said, "Fuck this. You give me Retribution. Vince, you put me in this group. I'm taking another 6 months off, and I have no problem doing that." Vince is like, "All right, fine. We'll do it with someone else." And Ali, unfortunately, had to take
Put me in
the
a barrel
blame there.
here. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
exactly.
Fucking great.
So I'll continue the list here. Mansoor, and real soon, going back to Saudi Arabia, he's gonna win a championship. I'm calling it now. Mustafa Ali and Tony Storm. I hope I don't offend anyone when I talk about Tony Storm, but that is indeed around the point. I hope they do something with Tony Storm.
Just got engaged.
Yeah, she did to Juice Robinson, the former CJ Parker.
Dude, good for him on just life. Like, good lord.
Listen, man.
That's taking chicken shit and making it into chicken salad. Good lord. The only one out of those lists, I'll be honest with you, that I'm really kind of intrigued by is Morrison going to Raw, and that's only if they split up him and Miz. Other than that, there really isn't a whole big list here that I'm like, wow. As far as the supplemental, anyway.
What do you guys feel about Monday though? Any predictions?
Lowest rating ever.
No, I mean draft picks.
Okay. Honestly, you want to shock people, right? You want to shock people, right, with this draft? Nah, I say you do a move that no one saw coming. They go like, "What the fuck?" I'm gonna get into it. You know what I think would be if they draft from NXT 2.0, Braun Breaker.
They're about to put the title on him, though.
No. Say fuck. You want to shock people? You want to focus on the future, right? Braun fucking Breaker.
You want to now? I don't know if this will be able to be pulled off because of what's going on. I don't even. I'm assuming he's still part of the roster just from looking at the roster. Draft me Walter. God damn it! Draft me that former NXT
yeah. He just
bringing that fucking brute over to Raw.
But that is though if he wants to move to America.
No, he confirmed it. He is because he got a divorce.
So then, send him to fucking send him to Raw. Send his ass to Raw and just watch him just tear people apart. Because I'm looking right now at the roster. I don't know, maybe sending AJ keep AJ on Raw. I'm looking at who hasn't been drafted yet.
Don't separate AJ and Omos. I think
AJ who they're going. You know what? I have a feeling. It's a gut feeling. It might not happen because they just brought up Hit Row. And they'll probably keep them together. But if you want to make a big move, they tested the waters about a week or two ago. Montez Ford to Raw. Angelo Dawkins stays on SmackDown.
Why? They don't need to.
Bianca's on Raw. Bianca's on Raw.
Yeah, I know.
Everybody always says.
You can't bring the street profits together. We don't need to separate.
Yeah.
You know what it is too right now. Think about this, right? In the history of WWE, like with their tag team, there's a moment where WWE was nut hugging, right, like crazy on Edge and Christian, the Dudley Boys, and the Hardy Boys, right? That I mentioned that the Hardy Boys, Dudleys, and Edge and Christian, right? Those are your top three tag teams in WWE. And I'm not saying that the Street Profits are the best tag team right now in the world, but by no means at all. But they're in that top upper echelon of the tag team division in WWE. You take the New Day, you take the Bloodline, right? My bad, the
Yeah.
Usos. And I guess you could put in there in discussion the Street Profits as far as marketing and shit like that.
Send the Viking Raiders to SmackDown.
Bingo.
I'm just looking through the roster, so bear with me if I'm just like blurting these out.
Yeah, no, because like that's the thing. I don't think they could afford breaking up another tag team right now. There's no, unless Apollo and the Admiral, what General
They
Aziz.
just went to Raw.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying. No, but that's what I'm saying. If they become a tag team, like that's fine. But I don't see why you need to break up right now the Street Profits. I don't see any investment in it. I don't see Montez Ford is very athletic. He's probably one of the most athletic wrestlers I've ever seen.
Right.
I'm not doubting the guy's ability. I'm just saying, where's the appeal of, hey, I need to see Montez Ford as a singles guy? There's no appeal for that right now. You want to build that up as a WrestleMania match, SummerSlam? Sure. But I don't need to see a breakup right now. I think the Street Profits are fine. Angelo Dawkins is not going to benefit anything at all from a breakup. If you're Angelo Dawkins, you're Tucker. You're going to get released. You're going to get released. You're going to go ahead and try to wrestle with all these companies. They're going to say, no, you're too fat, and go away, and you're not going to do anything. So I'm sorry. It's just how it is. It's just I like Dawkins too.
I really hate to say this, and I know that as soon as I say this, it's going to get a lot of hate and a heat, because if they do this, it's just a lot of people are going to get backlash. But given the direction of NXT, I can certainly see Gargano getting drafted.
Ooh, what else is he doing in NXT?
Well, no, that's. I'm not saying it's not a fair point, but I'm just saying is like with everybody already hating the changes of NXT 2.0 and them trying to like usher in the new era of NXT, I could very easily see them drafting Johnny Gargano.
But now, to my understanding,
I think O'Reilly. I think O'Reilly's getting drafted to Raw.
Gargano's contract's about to be up real soon. We don't even know if he's resigned a new deal. You know what I mean?
Still time.
I mean, maybe he's one of these guys that feels like, you know what, for a long time now, I've been curious about, AEW, just like Cole was. You know what I mean?
Oh my God, send Ricochet to SmackDown for the love of God.
Yeah, I think O'Reilly's coming to Raw, to be honest. There's nothing with him at NXT 2.0. There's nothing that he can really do.
He's gonna do.
He's part of Diamond Mine, at least. He's at least with Diamond Mine.
Yo, but you seen him though? Like, he's literally rocking his Ring of Honor look from 2010.
Yeah, who cares? I don't care about Steven. You know I don't like Roderick Strong, so why would I want to? I'm talking about Kyle O'Reilly.
2019 when Roderick Strong.
You guys were talking about it earlier with Happy Corbin or whatever, and I mean they could have really done this. I don't like the Riddick Moss pairing, but Cameron Grimes getting called up on Monday.
Maybe could be.
I want to draft up some of these UK guys if they're able to make it. Like I said, Walter,
yeah,
Tyler Bate, Trent Seven.
Oh, dude, give me Ilya Dragunov as like your work rate guy. Like he would.
They still haven't even.
He's still the UK champ. Well,
yeah, they still haven't even canceled that. I thought that was already done with.
No, my point. They're about to have fans in the UK for NXT UK.
No, I'm just saying. I'm not saying he needs to be there all the time. But just put him on Raw. Like, just say, like, hey, he's a special attraction guy. He's our UK champion. Every once in a while, this guy's going to come out there and have a banger of a match. Like, just make him your work rate guy. Just do that. I'm not saying, like, we need to, you know what I'm saying? But, like, to me personally,
there's nothing
to me personally, he needs to do something.
In his skits, though.
No, Gargano's hilarious, bro.
Gargano won't leave because Candice's contract doesn't expire, or maybe a year after this. OkayFabe. The reports are that Gargano is being positioned as the main event heel on NXT. If they break up Ford and Dawkins, I have a bad feeling it's gonna be like when they brought the Dudley Boys and put them back together.
Agreed.
The reason why I even said that is because it's a normal Vince move when it happens. It's like it's something we don't want. It's something that we don't really see coming. But they gave us a hint with that one match with him and Roman. Everybody always says, like, of the team, he's the one where if he ever went solo, then like he could utilize it. I'm not saying it should happen. I'm just saying don't be surprised if it does. The other reason I say that is because like that team's not like they're not really in a story right now. They were colliding with the Usos for
but they're gonna go to Raw and where there's no other tag team, so they're fine. They'll have a storyline.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's most likely what's going to happen. But I'm just thinking of all the tag teams that they got right now, and what
tag teams?
I'm talking overall, SmackDown and Raw. I'm talking both.
No, but which one? They don't have that many. Like a lot of their tag teams are just single guys. Like, hey, you got to wrestle together because you have to.
Like the dogs, but what
dirty dog. Yeah, like that's what I'm trying to tell you. There's no point in breaking up like a tag team like the Street Profits, where even Vince knows. What's it called? No, not to break them up.
I'm watching SmackDown. I'm like, wait a minute. Bobby Roode still has a contract with WWE. Yep. He's still
Dirty Dogs.
He didn't go back to Impact Wrestling already. Like, you make a killing in Impact right now.
Nope.
The lights.
But no, I mean, it. I'm telling you, like I said, pluck some of the UK guys. You want some shock factor? There's a couple of them in there that haven't been doing anything. Give me Walter, give me Trent Seven, give me Tyler Bate. They'll fuck them up. Yeah, they will fuck them up.
Draft 205 live. The show.
Why is that still a thing?
Amen, Trekker. Amen.
I think Regal's gonna leave, and they're gonna make Joe the new GM of NXT. I know he said no, but if he can't be clear, what else? Well, there's a backstage role as a producer for the new NXT.
You know what? I know that like we probably won't see him for a couple months if they make this pick. I could see on Monday they draft Finn Balor to Raw, like just as a big pick, but you still won't see him because of what happened.
They want the Damon anyway. But let's move on a little bit from about this because let's get into some quick AEW real quick. And it's crazy because Glock Anderson, man. Glock Anderson. Best promo I heard. It's sad. Again, it's from Ron Anderson. Yeah. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm saying it in the sense of you would think that a lot of these guys on this roster, would kill him.
Imagine what his son is thinking. Like, Dad, why did you do this? I work here now.
I mean, what do y'all think of it? What do y'all think of it? Chase, I'll go with you first.
What AEW as a whole or Glock Anderson?
Glock Anderson.
Oh, 10 out of 10. I want this guy to beat up Cody so bad. I want this to be Cody's next feud. Fuck everything else, bro. No, I really want Cody to be like, you threatened to shoot me. You really threatened to shoot the man when I have a daughter at home who's looking at her father to be a man to provide and support. And they have like a Glock on a pole match. Like, fuck it, dude. Who cares? Yeah.
I mean, listen, Arn backwards is NRA, so I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, dude. No, I like it.
The fucking memes and the GIFs and so many things on Twitter that I've seen since that. Beautiful. Fucking love it. Love it. Love it. Love it.
I thought Jungle Boy versus Adam Cole was a good opener. If you would have told me 2 years ago that, Jungle Boy would be in the same ring with Adam Cole, I would have not believed you. You know what I mean? Like a year ago, they didn't deserve to be in the same ring with him. But now here he is. And I thought overall, the match for what it was good. Adam Cole looks like $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
Baby.
I have a question.
Shoot away,
about
bro.
AEW. Okay. So we know like a lot of the fan favorites over there outside of the people that they continue to bring in from WWE. Next wave will be the beginning of next year. Steen, Generico, possibly Wyatt within a month, maybe.
I heard he's going to make an impact somewhere else, brother.
That's what I'm hoping.
I heard he's going to Nashville. I heard he's in.
I'm hoping that's.
They're not even Steven. They're not even in Nashville anymore. They're in fucking Canada.
No, but their tapings are in Nashville.
No, they're in Canada.
Well,
yeah,
by the way, before I finish my thought, I just got to say, what's up with that new belt? Is that a Matt Cardona special? Or what the fuck is it with that?
The digital media champion?
Yeah, what the fuck is that?
That's the new belt that Moose is gonna hold forever. That's just call it the Moose. Just give it to Moose. It's the Moose Championship.
I mean, not
Is
wrong.
it matches
weird.
or is it intergender? Is it like
No,
it's
I don't know. It's just like it's weird timing because Matt Cardona goes to Game Changers, right? And he loses his internet championship to someone over there. And then the next thing you know, Impact is like, hey, let's make this internet championship, but we can't call it an internet championship.
I mean, and I
Well, they
feel
can't call it the network because God knows where they're going to end up. So
I don't know,
right.
man.
Like
Good
I was
on
saying,
them. But
yeah.
like
I was trying to say, I had a question. Okay, so basically, AEW, they got a few homegrowns to a degree over from day one. You got Darby Allin, you got Jurassic Express, Britt Baker, guys like that. Now we're reaching the end of year 2, right? We're almost at year 3, and we got all these well established guys from Vince Land. You got Brian Danielson, you got CM Punk, Adam Cole, Bebe, so on and so forth, and they're going to keep coming. So I want to ask, have you guys been seeing any seeds of anyone new that they're planning as a project? Not from WWE,
MJF.
but from within. No, he's a day oneer.
Lee Johnson. I say this because I assume by the time we again the year you're talking about, right? They gotta do something with someone like a Lee Johnson.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He's from the Nightmare Academy, right? And the way he's being presented, it's like him and Anthony Ogogo are like the two top guys that they've been, but it's one of those situations where I lost my train of thought right there. Okay, here you go. I said this like a couple of days ago. I wish, all this talk of this Forbidden Door and all these, Impact guys going to AEW. What I wish AEW would do, honestly, and I know Japan does this, right? Now they send their talent out on an excursion, right? I wish AEW, the guys they're not even being used, right? Literally not being used. Send them to Impact. Send them to Impact.
Like Daniels and Christian.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though. It's 10 days, but yeah.
Hey, listen, for the record, I'm very happy that Daniels is an Impact. I am a huge mark for Christopher Daniels. When I saw him in Impact, I'm like, oh, no, he's back in Impact. It's the Fallen Angel gimmick. Fuck yes.
You know what? As old as he is, before he's finally done, I need to see him as Impact World Champion once, even for one day. It should have happened a long time ago.
Well, to be fair though, he became the Ring of Honor World Champion.
Sure.
And I'm not trying to, I'm not trying to discredit or disrespect any lineage or anything like that.
Right.
Again, they're both prestigious titles. But I felt like it was more of a big deal him winning the Ring of Honor World title when he did than it'd be, hey, if he became the Impact Champion at this point in the juncture. Because technically, he would have been the TNA World Champion.
Yeah.
But that's just me, of course.
Okay.
What were you saying, Chase?
I was gonna say from my thoughts on AEW is this is like they remind me of a certain NFL team that their president runs. It's called the Jacksonville Jaguars, and the Jacksonville Jaguars drafted a bunch of great young talent. One of them being an All-Pro in Jalen Ramsey. Do you know what team Jalen Ramsey plays for right now in the NFL? Oh, that's right. He doesn't play for the Jacksonville Jaguars. He actually plays for the Los Angeles Rams because they traded him there. To me, AEW really reminds me of the Jacksonville Jaguars, where they had a great young nucleus. And now they're rushing and they're speeding and they're not letting their nucleus catch up to what they want to do. Because the Jaguars, they felt they had the quarterback in Blake Bortles. And so what they did was they overpaid. They signed all these characters. They signed all these players that they felt would make an impact. Calais Campbell, he reminds me of them signing CM Punk. AJ Bouye reminds me of Daniel Bryan. Signing these players. And yes, it's great that you're getting these talents to come to Jacksonville, coming to Duval, a place that was not a destination because you could believe that you could win a Super Bowl there. But the thing is, ultimately, at the end of the day, look at where the Jaguars are at. They haven't won a game in 2019. All their young nucleus, they just traded their 2020 draft pick, who was a first rounder, for cookies to the goddamn Panthers. I am just trying to say this. They're reminding me of the Jacksonville Jaguars, where they have a good young nucleus. Instead of that nucleus growing and paying that nucleus, they paid other people around. And really, to be honest, yes, it's great that CM Punk is back. I have no problem seeing CM Punk wrestle. But the problem is this. They have no idea how to fucking use CM Punk. Bryan Danielson, everyone's saying, push Hangman, push Hangman. The Hangman ship is in the Bermuda Triangle. It's long gone and missing. You got to push Bryan Danielson. But now it just seems like he is out there to prove he can wrestle. We know Bryan Danielson can wrestle. We have seen that for years. What I want to see is Bryan Danielson as the AEW World Champion. And to me personally, all these signings are just really, to be honest, just to sign and just to like help boost their ratings and help boost like overall capital. And that's why when people were saying, and that's why when Vince was saying, oh, maybe we could give them some talent, people were like upset when Vince said that. No, Vince was serious because he's like, hey, they don't have capital. We have the capital. We don't really need all this capital. Vince has all the capital. He has Roman Reigns. He has Seth Rollins. He has the rated R superstar Edge. He has, like, look, you want me to take AEW seriously and signing people? When I see the Viper Randall Keith Orton come out on Dynamite, that's when I will say, oh, okay, this is something different. But the fact of the matter is this. No, but the fact of the matter is this. Tony Khan said something to me that was very apparent. He said they were talking to Gable Stevenson and I was talking to CM Punk. So you were pretty much saying, screw your future. You wanted the money now. You wanted the pop now. You chose CM Punk over Gable Stevenson. You chose CM Punk over Gable Stevenson, who is radically different than your whole roster. Like I said, I like CM Punk. I am happy CM Punk is happy again. I am glad this dude is wrestling again. I have no problem CM Punk wants to come out and do a bunch of matches with a bunch of young talent. That's great. But what is he going to prove in the long run? What is he going to do for you in the long run besides breaking pro wrestling t-shirt sales? That's to me that's the point I'm trying to make with AEW is that, look, it's a great company. It's on fire right now, but there's so much flaws and there's so much things about it where I just see it just like the Jacksonville Jaguars. You know, just like the Jaguars, they were such a great team. AFC Championship. They were one drive away from beating the New England Patriots and going to the Super Bowl. And what happened? They lost. And they lost all their young nucleus. And to me personally, I just feel with AEW is this, you know, it's good for you to be competition to WWE, but understand the only competition in front of you is you. And to me personally, no offense to Tony Khan, I love that this dude's passionate about professional wrestling. I actually love Tony Khan as a fellow wrestling fan. I love that he's a wrestling fan. He makes me happy that there's wrestling fans like him. He's way better than fucking Dixie. This guy gives a fuck about wrestling. The Owen Hart stuff, wonderful. I am not trying to drag Tony Khan as a fan. I think Tony Khan's a wonderful fan, and I love that he has so much passion for this. I am just trying to tell people, don't be surprised on the decline of AEW. Don't be surprised when you see a decline, and don't take it as like, hey, and don't take it as like I'm trying to be like, look, I would love to be as super positive with AEW as much as next time, but I'm also as negative with WWE. I can tell you all the problems with WWE, but I've done that before. With AEW, it just feels like a lot of people are just smoking the AEW pack and saying, oh yeah, it's great. But at the end of the day, But at the end of the day, you got to look at it from a perspective is that I just don't see long term. When you try to sit here and tell me long term where they're going to be at 5 years from now, I don't have a legit answer for you. That's just for me. And the thing is like I feel like AEW is rushing. Like that's what I'm really. That's what all I'm trying to say. They're trying to rush to compete with Raw. They're trying to rush to compete with SmackDown. Like they're talking about competing in the demos with Raw. It's like, okay, that's cool. Like, I'm very happy that you guys are this successful. Can you maintain this success? Because I've seen another company had the same type of fucking ego, and they went downhill, and look at where they're at now in Impact Wrestling. I saw another company in WCW focusing on what the other people were doing, speed tracking their because let's keep it a buck. All these historians, these wrestling retellings, Monday Night Warriors and shit. WCW was in the dirt too. Y'all acting like you don't remember early 90s WCW.
Oh, God,
like,
it was crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All these people are just such wrestling historians. Like well, the Monday Night Wars, yes, great time in wrestling, but you gotta understand there was other factors involved in that. It wasn't just like, WCW was in the dirt, but when you look at it, WCW, the only time they were dominant against WWF were from 97 to 2000, like not even that, to 99. 2 years. We're gonna take 2 years, and like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just one of those things where I just wish sometimes the fan base and AEW understands, like, you can't worry about the E. You can't worry about up north. You can't worry about the Fed. The Fed is always going to be there. WWE is always going to be the premier. Whether you like it or not, they're always going to be the premier wrestling organization. No, like, you told people about Kenny Omega, you know what they're going to say? Oh, does he wrestle for WWF? They ain't going to know the difference. Like, that's just the thing.
I was shout out to Wrestling Suit, by the way. One time, Joey Numbers said on an episode of that someone bumped into Kurt Angle while he was a part of Impact, and it was just a random fan, and he's like, "Hey, did you retire?" And it was like 10 years later, and like, he had no idea what Impact was. He thought Kurt retired after he left WWE, and it's like, I hate saying that, but it's like, yeah, it's on TNT. Yeah, it's a big product and everything. Yeah, there's the hardcore smarts and stuff like that. But are they going to be able to make a superstar? I've said this before on this show. I've said it to Steve. I said it to you guys. End of the day, Vince McMahon is building people up. So if Jimmy Fallon calls, hey, there's a wrestler I can have on the Tonight Show. You know where someone like CM Punk, Jungle Boy, Darby Allin's going to be?
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. No. Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. You listen to what happened when?
They built their own.
AEW can make stars, but the thing is, AEW can make stars.
They can.
They're just but the thing is, it's just like with any other promotion, and I don't blame 100% everything on AEW. There's like network executives or shit that you have. Look. It's hard to convince someone like, oh yeah, let's just push MJF over Kenny Omega if MJF is not really in high-rated segments. Like, let's just be real. We don't have all those analytical numbers, but at a time, like, let's just be real. I say it as this: watching and being someone a fan of MJF, why do they protect this fucker? This guy is the most protected booking in all of professional wrestling, and he's not doing anything. He's not going for the world title. He's not going for the TNT title.
Yeah.
He literally is the most protected guy in pro wrestling. Like, I made a sub booking where you had MJF beat Moxley for the AEW championship. And then afterwards, it's a short title reign. Hey, it gives MJF the title, but he loses in a triple threat back to Moxley with Jericho involved. And it's because the Inner Circle gets involved. And then this leads to MJF saying, I need a faction like the Inner Circle, so that way I could survive in this land of AEW. Because really, to be honest, like, it's just like all these matches that he loses, I got screwed.
Right.
We don't care, bro.
Thinks he's
it's like, dude, if you need, like, if your gimmick is that you need to be undefeated to be relevant, that's not a good gimmick. I hate to say it. Like, that was the biggest test. That was the biggest test. That was the biggest test for Asuka. What was she after she was undefeated? And she passed the test. She did good, and now she's injured and stuff. But
ESPN, so mainstream media is aware about AEW.
Hulk Hogan was on. Hulk Hogan was on ESPN too. Does that mean they were aware about Impact?
Right.
I'm just being real with you here. Like, there were some Impact wrestlers that were actually like regulars on that Sports Nation show. So I'm not. We can bring that up too, right? No, that's Fox. I was talking about the Sports Nation on ESPN, like an older show.
No.
So, what else happened? Oh yeah, we have a new TNT champion in Sami Guevara.
In other also AEW news, you mentioned Tony Khan. Apparently,
Apparently.
4 people do not have power. They just have a name now. 4 people lost their power.
Good. I hate that. Like,
Hallelujah. Christmas came early for me, man.
listen,
Let me tell you something, man. I'm just kidding.
I don't hate any of those guys, but it's much better to have one person steering the ship, let alone like, because all right, let's cut down to brass tacks here.
I'll go
Like,
out the corner real quick.
I'm piggybacking off of what Chase is saying, and I agree pretty much with everything that Chase is saying. 3 years. I think in 3 years, they're going to burn out of all of their big fantasy matches and the big name matches. And I'm being a little generous, I think, with that. And the reason I say 3 years is because they don't have as many pay-per-views, but yet you saw, like with Bryan versus Kenny Omega, Bryan's first fucking match in the was it his first match in the company or second?
Yeah, first.
on live television.
Yeah.
Which
Not even.
Which I was at, by the way.
It was a good. I'm taking away. It was a good match,
Bro,
but it's the
still
same.
No, it was a match of the year quality match.
Right. But you're giving it away on TV for better or for worse. You got to take the good and the bad with that. Same people who were like saying like, wow, they gave away Hogan versus Goldberg in 90 or 98 on Nitro.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Record breaking one, huge tension, crowd was going nuts. Fantastic. But the obvious, the flip side of that. But the point is like, if they want to do this in the long haul, they need to have one person steering the ship. And I think Tony Khan taking the reins of that is absolutely the best way to do it. At the beginning, the very, very early stages, sure, you were still trying to figure shit out. Everything's still working out. And I'm not saying Cody or the Bucks or Omega, whoever, sucked at being, in charge of whatever. But from what I heard, it wasn't really working out that well anyway. So fuck it. At this point, it's just much better to have one person in charge of the whole goddamn thing. And as far as, going back to what Chase said about like building and Dave said about building stars, yes, they absolutely can build stars the right way. What they're going to do is I'd say they're probably going to sign maybe 1 or 2 more ex-WWE names. I'm throwing
Kevin Steen makes sense.
Kevin's
like,
probably going to be one. Yeah.
Like if you're going to sign, like I know I've been critical about this idiot for the longest time. Sign Care Bear. At least Care Bear looks different in your whole roster.
Oh, he's
he actually look like see, and that's where you take an L. Care Bear at least looks different. He's big and he's goofy looking. Right. No offense to Kevin Steen. I'm Kevin Steen right now, bro. Like this is Kevin Steen right now, bro. I'm Kevin Steen, bro. Like there's nothing like no offense to Kevin Steen. It's just like, hey, I'm Kevin Steen right now.
No, I get you. But my point is that they're going to sign a couple more big names, but they're going to burn through a lot of their big fantasy matches right now.
Yeah.
Which is fine in the short term. They're going to do great numbers. They're going to do great drawings. They're going to do great pay-per-view buys. Awesome. Fantastic. Let them go for the gold. But it's that afterward I'd say in like 2 years, I need to start seeing some more mixed people in there. Punk's doing his own thing, which is fine. Bryan's went right to the top against Kenny Omega, which I'll be honest, that kind of surprised the hell out of me, but whatever. And then you got the other couple of names that might come in along the way, but 2 years is what I give them. And if they don't, and I hope Tony Khan learns from the mistakes of the past. I really, really hope he does. And I'm hoping he does. And I think he will. And then he'll start either incorporating or factoring in newer talent and then starting to flip things and turn things the other way. The one thing I will say, just on a last note before I let Steven go, is, I know a lot of people are like, oh, they signed a lot of XWB guys. The one person I think that they've signed who's a legend, who I think they've used the right way, actually 2 of them, is Jake the Snake Roberts and Sting. I think they've used them the absolute best because they're not shoving them. Sting, I mean, Jake's obviously on having TV, but Sting has been to people like, oh, they're just signing legends like left and right. Yeah, but Sting's the best counter argument to that as far as that is the best way to have to utilize a legend like that. Absolutely. Gets in the ring every so often, but just enough in the background to have the spotlight on Darby Allin.
Yeah, he basically
you can't have Sting wrestle all the time.
No.
He can't take all these bumps. So he has a puppet. He has Darby Allin. Darby Allin's over with look, I don't like Darby Allin. I think he's stupid. But fans like Darby Allin. But fans like him. So what if he gets a pop everywhere he goes when that theme song hits? good on him. You know, I just don't like him personally. But hey, you put Sting in there, so you get a fan like me who doesn't like Darby Allin. Make me care about him a little bit more. But you know, so like I love Sting, and you know, but like the problem is that Sting is so much better than every performer. Connor, I just want to see Sting as the AEW World Champion, brother. I just need to see Stinger with the belt one more time. Give me Slay Me, the TNA theme. I need that.
Go for the tag titles.
I just need Stinger back, baby.
Oh my god.
No, but yeah, no. Sting finessing WWE is the greatest move of all time. This dude told these guys, "Yeah, I can't wrestle anymore."
And then, God. But no, I mean, I think him.
Yeah,
and Jake
I agree with you with Jake.
Yeah,
Jake agreed. Yes, Jake Roberts. You know, at first I was like, it's just a shame that Lance Archer is such a jobber to them. Like, I don't understand. Like, Lance Archer should be such a big deal, and he's like a jobber.
To go back to what Dave was saying about the 4 men losing their power, they just have by name, right? Yes,
the
I'm
EVPs.
happy. Yeah. I'm happy because you have one person in charge. That's Tony. But that being said, though, if you're Tony Khan, right, you want to have at least one executive. That's fine. And if you're gonna pick one out of those, I'll pick Cody. I think we all agree on that, right?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, like we've said before, like I threw the question out there: if someone from that group of EVPs, like when their contracts ended, jump ship to WWE, we always said that the one to stay would have to be Cody.
Yeah, but the reality is that's not happening now.
No, I know it's not. I'm just saying, like, if someone's gonna stay in a backstage role out of those 4, it's gonna be Cody.
Well, from what I've heard too, is that basically EVPs were doing their own. They were still involved with like some of the behind the scenes stuff with the company. They were just involved in other aspects of it that weren't really involved with like the day to day of like TV and the booking and stuff. Like, Kenny Omega was very hands on, obviously, in the video game stuff. I think the Bucks were involved with merchandising and licensing.
No, Nick Jackson, the best one. This fucker is a part of BTE. He's an EVP for a YouTube show. This guy was over here like, hey, Nick, we got to plan out the tag match. Yes, let me write this jerk-off joke for the Good Brothers real quick. What the fuck? This guy literally was like he was the EVP. He literally had control over the fucking BTE. Like, oh my god, dude, that's pathetic.
But
surprisingly though, the CBO is still intact though, so Brandy still has some power.
Yeah, but she's a chief brand officer. That's totally different.
No, I know.
She has no power. She's just there to promote the brand. Like, she's just out there to like tell Instant Culture, like, hey, we want to partner. Like, that's different. It's not like she's booking shit.
No, but I mean, like, doesn't she like have some form of leeway in regards to representing the women over there?
Sort of.
No, she's just branding. She's just she does AEW heels.
Branding.
How is that working out, by the way?
I don't know, dude. I'm not a woman. I'm not allowed to join.
I know. Listen, people in the chat.
We should get. Steven, you should hit up your friend girl on cinema and give her $20 to have her join heels.
Nah, bro. Hell no.
What?
Beautiful, by the way. She's a sweetheart.
No, but I'm saying she's your friend. Hit her up. Say, hey, here's $20. Oh, come on, Steven. You're her friend. But anyways, give her $20 and tell her to go join heels.
All right, God, I know you got to go, bro.
Yes.
Thank you for coming on, bro.
Hey, my pleasure. My pleasure. This is
hey, Connor, real quick. Did you see Venom?
Yes.
What do you think about that? Hey, what did you think of that post-credit scene?
I didn't see it yet. So
hey, it's just a quick thing. You don't have to spoil it.
I'm not gonna spoil it. Wow. Yeah. I was like, didn't think they were gonna do that, but fuck, am I excited for December now?
Yes, sir. I just before Connor left, I want to have a nerd talk. Like, I want to talk Spider-Man and stuff, sense. Man. I feel like I need to talk Spider-Man with Connor one day.
We'll catch up. Don't worry.
Yeah,
I'm looking to do some sort of Marvel roundtable thing soon, where we talk about each Marvel movie in its own right. So. I'll hit you up.
Yeah, if you get Spider-Man, I have a friend who's working on the December one. She told me all the info on the what Sony and Disney have planned for the future. So it'll be interesting.
Cool.
Yeah, hit me up in the DMs. Slide in my DMs, good sir.
Probably tomorrow or Tuesday, because I'm texting her tomorrow about something. So probably Tuesday. If I remember. If I don't remember, you can message me.
Perfect deal. All right, cool. All right, thank you guys.
No problem.
Peace out.
Peace out, Connor. Peace out. You guys can check him on his YouTube channel at OkayFabe. We'll be on for a little bit more. There's a lot to get into because again, he talked about brand deals and other stuff. How about that episode 1 of Roads to the Top?
Wait, Steven, have you seen Heels?
I know what it is. Have I seen it? The Star Show? No, I have not seen it. I don't have stars.
Steven, the first 3 episodes are free on YouTube.
All right, I'll check it out then. But
Steven.
Steve. Okay.
Wait. I'm gonna send you something. Okay.
Okay. Send me something. Oh wow. Wow. All right, man. You got it.
Sure.
Okay, so yeah, I did watch the first episode. I think all of us did, right? We all caught the first episode of Roads to the Top. Oh boy. Listen, I'm gonna be honest about it, okay? I think I found my new guilty pleasure. I think I have.
Is it like me with Total Bellas? I love Total Bellas. Oh, okay.
Yes. It's one of those
can't
things
do it. Can't do
Well,
it.
okay, so here's the thing. Okay. What I got from this is the fact that Brandy is pregnant at the time, right? She's wanting to make this pro wrestling comeback. Her goal is to fucking win the women's championship. I think that's it. I can admire that, right? Hey, you want to do so? You want your daughter to see you wrestle, even though at the age that she's not going to remember because of her age. But I get that, right? To show a message that, hey, pregnant and all that stuff, and I came back. Look at me now. Even though we all know that Brandy reality, when it comes to the in-ring action, is, if you will. So there's that. Cody, who is basically the executive vice president, right, and having these meetings and all that shit. Ricky Stark in his neck, but the star of the show, the fucking star of this show. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Heel Rodeo is the fucking star of this fucking
His sister?
Yes, Cody's sister.
I heard about that.
Dude, she's hilarious, bro. Yeah,
I heard about that.
She saw the cameras and she said, "This is my show."
Well, Chase, let me ask this. I don't watch it, but I used to back in the day watch Total Divas. Is Cody's sister the same equivalent to how Daniel Bryan used to treat Nikki Bella?
No.
Because like he would not put up with her shit. He would just be a smart.
No. Teal's just a. Steven, would you say Teal it's just like she's just trying to steal the spotlight for herself? Would you say, Steven?
The way they present her, the way they present her.
She's not like Brian. She just sees like she sees the cameras and she's like, oh, okay, you're gonna film me? I'm gonna be the star.
She's gonna take advantage of every moment they put in front of her.
Apparently, he wasn't happy that Brandy's using the Rhodes last name.
I asked Dusty for it. I asked Dusty if it was okay.
So there's that. I guess also they're taking a class, whatever, or something. And I guess both moms didn't agree, that being Cody and Brandy's mom. And and apparently it ends with Brandy putting on a pair of boxing gloves and boxing and shit like that.
No, like what's it called? Wasn't she drinking wine with sparkling cider with the
Brandy's making brandy?
Yeah, of course. There's also this altercation, and I guess every episode is going to be like an altercation is going to be resolved, some shit like that, right? I get that feeling. So they had.
Steven, I was gonna say I thought the show just wasn't edited good. I thought it was all over the place with like what was going on and stuff. Like I thought they would give you the wrestling stuff, then they try to give you like these weird Cody and Brandy segments, like especially where they're like talking about Brandy's vagina. Cody's like, I know what your vagina looks like. I was like, what the fuck is this? And then they went to like a wrestling segment, and I don't know. It felt weird because they weren't like promoting any of the wrestlers. They kind of just like they're just like, oh yeah, here's Ricky Starks, and there's no lower third saying Ricky Starks AEW talent. It was like Cody's like Ricky Starks is really talented, and then they showed like a B-roll that was like 10 seconds, and it was like, okay, how was I supposed to like? This show is definitely like one of those things where it's like you'll like Steven, I know you'll watch it, you'll love it, but I don't know. Steven, I just realized you're wearing a Supreme hat, dude. What the? You're not a hype beast. You're not a hype beast, dude. Stop it.
Another vibe, bro.
Steven, how much did you pay for that?
This shit, that was a gift.
No, it wasn't.
It was, pal.
Oh, if it's a gift, it must be fake.
From Peru, pal. From Peru.
Oh my God, dude. Steven, you're wearing. Take that off right now. I don't give a fuck. Steven, take that shit. I will refute. There we go. Thank you. I refuse to do a show with you wearing fake ass Supreme. This fool first is wearing Jordan 11s with shorts, like he go play some basketball, and now he wearing fake ass Supreme. I can't. You can wear that in New York, but you can't wear it in front of me, damn it.
That was a fucking field day that day. Oh shit! I knew that.
Okay, guys. Steven sent me his. No. Steven sent me his. So me, Walter, Steven, and Big Mike, we're all sneakerheads. So sometimes on Instagram, we will send each other our shoes of the day type of shit. And Steven's like, this is what I wore to Arthur Ashe, wearing fucking crew socks with his Jordan 11s, wearing shorts like he was about to go ball up Nick Jackson. Bro, you're not playing basketball. You're going to wear Jordan 11s, especially the highs. You got to wear pants. You're not wearing lows. You're wearing highs.
Hey, man.
And then the other day when Steven was wearing them, he justified himself. He redeemed himself. He wore pants with them. So I was happy.
Oh, man, just see me with my karma. I had shorts on, man. I had the shorts
on. No, sixes are fine. Okay, so Steven, I got to give you the Jordan rundown. 1 through 10, you can wear shorts with. Those are fine wearing shorts with. 1 through 10. 11, you can't wear shorts with. 11s are no go with the shorts. 12 are kind of bulky. You might wear pants with those, but you can wear 11. You can wear shorts. 13s, shorts, or 12s, you gotta we got the same pair. You told me about that. Did you lick it?
Nah, I didn't lick it.
Oh, I swear, I thought you licked it. I was like, did you lick it? No, but 12s you can wear shorts with, but just be careful. They look better with pants. 13s you can wear shorts with. 14s you gotta wear shorts. You can't wear pants with 14s. 14, unless they're joggers. 14s look ridiculous in jeans.
Okay. So where were we here before I was in a moment?
Roasted.
And I mean, here's the thing. Yeah, it felt like it was terribly edited. I already can imagine what this shit's gonna be about. But again, it's my fucking guilty pleasure. What happened? You're like, oh shit, what happened?
It's like I think that it's a show that like on paper. I'm just going off of on paper because I don't watch it. I don't plan on watching it. But on paper, it just comes off like you set your goal of I want to be like the Total Divas show, like, and that's not a pretty high like goal. That's not a pretty high goal. When reality, your real goal is to be like Ms. and Mrs., which is actually a better show, but it's not pushed as high as Total Divas was. But what's even more of a reality is you're not going to reach that high. I'm not trying to shit on it. It's just like Cody isn't funny.
No, he's not.
He's not funny. He's not funny. Brandy is not funny. They're gonna try. They're gonna
No,
try. I'll
they're
give
gonna
them that.
try to convince you, hey, why they're trying to make it seem like these Cody and Brandy can be on the cover of People's magazine.
Right. That's what they want to do.
That's what they want to do. They want them to be at the red carpet for the VMAs and shit like that, and that's fine. That's totally fine.
Right.
And they also showed the promo of
the pregnancy.
No, the one where talked about his daughter.
And yeah,
and all that stuff.
My biggest gripe, though, this was a big gripe for me with Total Divas. It's stuff that was pre-recorded, going back then, but they would tie it into the current TV show of Raw. So it's like somehow they worked it all together to make a current storyline of stuff that already happened. And that's my only concern, because Cody's already back. He's already back. Like Arn done gave him the, and stuff like that. So I'm just wondering and hoping they don't tie this stuff together. I hope it just that should be a lesson learned. Keep it a side project, something that you're gonna see after Dynamite or after Rampage, whenever it airs. I don't want Roads to the Top to have a cross story of what's actually on AEW wrestling. Like, do you guys feel the same, or do you not care?
Well, it's gonna have a cross story with it. I mean, they're showing the story, the behind the scenes of like what's
that
happening.
Part is fine. I'm talking about
the one
on
thing that got me
Dynamite.
laughing. The one thing that got me laughing. They showed a clip where I guess fucking Lee Johnson and fucking the girl from the Varsity Blondes. They told Cody that.
That was like the weirdest scene ever. Like Julia Hart and Lee Johnson were like, "Oh, we're dating," and Cody's like, "Like, what do you want me to say?" Like,
okay,
okay, like, cool. Thanks for telling me.
They're showing number 10 of the fucking Dark Order without a mask. Why is he wearing?
That reminds me.
Why is he wearing?
Oh yeah. They have MJF like breaking kayfabe on there, dude. He's like the nicest guy.
Facts, yeah.
That reminds me. Negative One made his in-ring debut at an indie show.
I believe he did. And listen, I don't think he should be. I don't. Should we watch?
Steven, a 9-year-old won the WWE Tag Team Championships. I think Negative One's okay with wrestling a safe match. I'm not sure someone is what's it called? I'm not sure some guy is what's it called? Gonna beat up Negative One, be like, yes,
Well, like the internet community is considering it his wrestling debut, but he didn't wrestle a match. All he did was he caused the opponents of Dark Order at an indie show their match by low blowing somebody. Like, low blowed and kicked somebody in the face.
Yeah. So also on Rampage. Okay, so there's that. What else happened on this show? Fuck, yo. Yeah, they had a little confrontation between freaking Jay Cargill and Red Velvet. I mean, over the slap.
Wait, they're still going at it? I missed.
I guess
no. Dave, Road to the Top's filmed in the past.
Okay.
So,
okay. I thought you were actually
so it's stuff from like 6 months ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Quick over to Rampage real quick. Brian had his match against Nick Jackson. Yeah. Also, I noticed this too. Like, yo, Brian,
I see a good question, Steven, in the chat. Better than Rampage.
What we got?
It's by my good friend Jogon King.
I see you later. I gotta see you later. Heel. Where's the question? Where's this question?
It's Jogon King at 9:04 p.m.
Okay, well,
it's on YouTube.
You guys consider? Okay, here you go. Do you guys consider the Ruthless Aggression era overrated?
Ooh.
That's a good question.
Just a very good question. Absolutely.
No.
Yes
and no.
To me, the most overrated era was the Attitude Era. In my opinion.
I don't think the Ruthless Aggression era is overrated in my eyes, because if you look at like the stars that were created from it, they're still relevant today. You know what I'm saying? Like John Cena is still relevant. Brock Lesnar is still relevant. And it doesn't just have to be professional wrestling. I'm just saying, like, just in general, Batista, Randy Orton, still relevant guys. And, you know, it created guys like Rey Mysterio. I don't know if you count Jeff Hardy as Ruthless Aggression, but Jeff Hardy. Edge is another Ruthless Aggression era guy. So for me personally, the Ruthless Aggression era, it could be, I guess you could say, overrated in the terms of like, hey, did it really help the business? I guess you can make that argument, but I feel like professional wrestling was always going to see a decline at some point. And I think it's unfair to just blame Ruthless Aggression era. I think after 2007, that was a breaking point in professional wrestling because, you know, Benoit incident and everything like that. But I feel like if you look at Ruthless Aggression as a whole, I feel like Romeo said it. If anything, it is underrated. I think it is pretty underrated because look at that. Like look at this. John Cena's in movies. Like he's doing a bunch of movies. Who would have thought that? Brock Lesnar is one of the bigger.
Chase throws there, but I get what he's saying though. Chase, you there, Chase? Oh no,
I don't know.
I get what he's saying though. Yeah, absolutely. Like,
it was the last era to make stars, really. Overall in wrestling, period. I'm not gonna shit on other companies that we had at the time with TNA, you know, with Ring of Honor and stuff like that, because at the end of the day, what ended up happening was WWE, they came in, they took what stars they had, and they brought them on board. And they couldn't. I don't want to say this in a negative light because I know everybody's a fan of at least somebody from those companies overall. Someone like an Adam Cole, like an AJ Styles. You know, that they like them because they're athletes. They're really good athletes. But at the end of the day, they're not stars. They're stars, but they're not superstars. And that was the thing about Vince. Vince always is trying to, because like, you got to remember, even though he's in the wrestling business, dude wants to, like, basically he's always kind of wanted to be in showbiz and like Hollywood, you know. That's why he tried out the WWE studios, and it's like that's why you got people bigger than the business, and he's afraid for that to happen again, but he's doing the right thing by him taking over the NXT brand, because now he has a fresh start to try to recreate what he already did back in the days when you had FCW and all those other I don't want to say territories, but developmentals, you know. You okay there, Chase?
Yeah, my internet just went out. Even in Steven's stream, my internet's terrible.
I can attest to that. I can attest. No, Chase, come back. That's from School Standard.
I'm back.
He's back now. He's back. So there was that. But what are you gonna say? I'm sorry.
I know I came in late. I came in late when basically at the end of when you guys were talking all about the draft and everything. I just wanted to throw this out there because this is my own personal thoughts. Do you guys feel that like it was like just with how everything played out, the fact that she was always that she stopped showing up or whatever because of COVID or whatever with SummerSlam, disappeared from WrestleMania till then with Sasha Banks. Do you think that it was just kind of the biggest mistake to do that main event match on SmackDown this past week between her and Bianca?
I get why they did it because free television,
right?
SmackDown is the draft, so you want to have like that big match. I get that.
Like I understand that too, but where I'm coming from is like the one thing everybody complains about with WWE is the amount of rematches that they do, and that's your rarest. It's the rarest silver lining that they had in their hands, all the way to the point that it was draft night, and they let it slip through their fingers. You like you're telling me that it wouldn't have meant anything to have Bianca and Sasha be like they don't touch for a year? That never happens in WWE. Never.
I guess. But what was I going to say?
I just wanted to throw that out there.
I hear what you're saying. What else happened this week?
Um,
Well, yeah, they announced the Royal Rumble is going to be in St. Louis in January.
Oh
King
man.
and Queen of the Ring is happening.
And it's Monday, King of the Ring. Well, the Queen's Crown. They're calling it the Queen's Crown. But the Rumble's going to be on a Saturday.
And then it ends on a Thursday.
Well, they're doing that. I like what they're doing with these Saturday. I don't mind them, considering it is what it is. There's even there's not now. There's there's rumors going around and that potentially SummerSlam next year can be in the UK.
I'd be down
about
with
that. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, SummerSlam at 12 p.m. my time. I'm cool with that. Better than fucking at 5 p.m. Fuck that.
Facts.
Yeah.
Get some afternoon wrestling in, and then I get the day drink. I'm chill with that.
Exactly, dude. What was I gonna say?
Oh, the fight's next Saturday.
Well, yeah, Wilder versus Tyson Fury.
Bomb squad.
Bomb squad. But it sucks because Joshua lost, right? It was the last week.
I've been telling people, I just think Anthony Joshua, he's talented. I just think his fundamentals aren't there. That's my thing with Anthony Joshua. I just don't think like it's weird to me seeing a heavyweight just not wanting to clinch or use the big body that he had. Like he's such a big body guy, and he barely uses that. And the lack of a jab is just I don't know, man. Like I think he can win the rematch against Usyk because there is the rematch coming up. But yeah, he needs. I don't know, man.
Which one is worse, right? If you're AJ, losing to Andy Ruiz the way you did, or losing here to Usyk, which one is worse? Because you think like
I think the Usyk one's worse. So here's the reason why, Steven. The Andy Ruiz one, yes, it was embarrassing, but the thing with Usyk was that this should have been an easy win for Joshua. Like this should have been, Joshua wins this, and then he waits for the winner of Wilder Fury, and then he makes his big bucks. The Ruiz one, he wasn't even in the position to say, "Hey, let me fight Joshua or Fury." He was the outside looking in. This one's worse, in my opinion. And then also too, he got outboxed. Like the Ruiz one, he got knocked down. That happens, and then he just showed that he couldn't recover after the knockdown, and that's just what happened. It is what it is. He did great in the rematch. I feel like he will do good in the rematch against Usyk, in my personal opinion.
Fair enough. To me,
who do you got? Do you got Fury or Wilder?
I'm going Wilder.
Okay,
Wilder. But I think with this whole thing with Anthony Joshua, think about this, right? When he lost to Andy Ruiz, a lot of the media in the UK chewed him. You think like here is bad, but in the UK, that media is worse. Right?
Oh yeah,
a lot of them wrote him off, right? They wrote him off.
Yeah.
Done with it. It's over with. Now here he loses and shit. He's even worse than ever. And that factor in, a lot of them don't even think he'll win the rematch. Like to me, we're never seeing him fighting either Tyson Fury or Deontay Wilder. It's not happening.
I want to write that out because even if Wilder loses to Fury here, and Joshua, I think he has a shot against Joshua. I think Fury has Wilder whatever. Joshua has a chance against Wilder. Like not to beat him, but I'm saying to fight him.
Could be too very well.
What
are you gonna say, babe? What are you gonna say?
I was just also thinking of what else happened this week. So
I know MLW did their pay-per-view. I'm out.
No, I'm not.
But I'll just say this. I'm happy for MLW, but I just think it's stupid that you're gonna have a pay-per-view. You promote this pay-per-view, right? But you're not gonna air it for people to see until fucking days later.
Because they have,
especially when you know the results.
Right.
You know what's funny? I saw that result and I was like, "Oh, what the fuck? This happened? I didn't know." I was actually looking forward to watching it. I saw, and I'm not, and out of respect, I'm not going to say who won. You can go on Twitter. Yeah, but like the thing was, I saw it. I was like, "Oh,
right.
Wait, this happened? I didn't know. Let me see how I can watch it." I went on Fight TV. I went everywhere. couldn't find it.
Right. Yeah. It's they normally like
I know.
wait
Like,
2 weeks, right?
I'll give you this example. Like Ring of Honor used to do this shit back in the day, in 2013, back when their pay-per-view concept was just terrible.
Mhm.
So they would do they would treat their pay-per-view like house shows, right, or like these live events, and they would tape the match. Like, for example, Final Battle 2013, right? It was at the Hammerstein Ballroom, right?
Mhm.
But they didn't put it on pay-per-view. They put it like a live, taping, whatever, for the crowd, and then they put it on their television program. But again, it's just one of those things that was so stupid because it's going to be leaked out. People are going to talk about it. Thoughts on Jay King Race here. Thoughts on Jim Cornette. What did he say?
Yeah,
What
please
did
elaborate.
So sometimes, like Jogan King, when he asks a question, he just wants to know your overall thoughts on someone. So when he says thoughts on Jim Cornette, he just wants you to know. He wants you to know what you think about Jim Cornette.
Well, before I answer this question, depending what I answer, will this change the point of views of me regarding to Dragon King? Will my point of views that I say, will it affect this person in any type of way? You sure? You promise?
He just wants to see. He just wants your opinion. He don't care.
Because there's fans out there that go, "Oh, how dare you? Screw you! You support."
No, he just wants to hear your opinion. He just wants to know where you stand. That's it.
Okay, listen. I don't know. A lot of you dorks get very sensitive to shit nowadays, which is fine. It is what it is. That's the time. That's the day and age that we were living in. It's fine. However, when it comes to one of the all-time great managers of the business, yeah, Jim Cornette's in that discussion. Hands down, one of the best managers out there, right? I know, some of the shit that he says can be very cringeworthy, right? I know a lot of you guys be probably say, "Oh, he needs to understand that the business has changed, right? This is no longer 1983. This is no longer the territory days." I get that, but a lot of times though, when he talks, a lot of stuff that he says, it makes sense. And again, he's been around for a long time. He has the right to say it, whether the outdoors don't like it or not. But I don't mind him. There's that.
I think with Jim, it's a thing of sometimes he's a little too hard, on what he doesn't like. But I understand why he says what he says, because it's a thing of he's been on both sides of the spectrum where it's like he's worked for the E, back in the day, and he's worked for Vince, and then he's worked for the opposition, not WCW, but like when TNA came around, he's been through the ringer of all sorts of crazy shit. He's seen it all pretty much, and it's like when you have as much experience as he has, also going through the territories prior to all that, it's like, dude, a whole lot about the business, and so you got to respect that. I am not going to say he's out of touch, because it's like history has a way of repeating itself, and so he just really he puts 100 on 10. I'll say that.
No problem. How do you see? We're gonna wrap. I'm just gonna wrap up. All right. After this wrapping up, how do you see things playing out if CM Punk would have stayed, and how long he would have stayed in WWE? I think had he stayed, he would have wanted to work with send him down to NXT. He would have asked you to send me down to NXT. I can put over Adrian Neville. Me and Adrian Neville are gonna kill it. Okay, Vince. Send me out there to NXT. I can make that Sami Zayn kid feel like $1 million fucking bucks. To be fair, had CM Punk gone to NXT, remember how in the first takeover they did, right? Was it NXT? They didn't call it takeover at the time, right?
Arrival.
Yeah, there was Arrival.
Right? In the first Arrival show, remember they had Cesaro versus Sami Zayn?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, it would have been CM Punk versus Cesaro.
CM Punk versus Sami Zayn.
Yeah, Sami Zayn going at it. The same thing. That would have been the match. Right? Hell, dare I even say it would have not been Adrian Neville versus Tyson Kidd. It would have been CM Punk versus Adrian Neville.
Right. It wasn't Arrival the ladder match though for Neville and Bo?
Yeah.
That's when I think Bo lost it, right?
Right, he just dropped it. So it's like he would have dropped that way before then, and then they would have had Neville versus Punk for the main event.
Yeah. What about you guys? What do you guys think? What do you think would have happened?
I actually like your idea better. I think CM Punk, if he would have, I think if CM Punk would have stayed in WWE, he would have definitely burnt himself out even more. I still think he would have walked out of the company, but I think that he would have eventually got his main event match at WrestleMania, but it would have been a shitty match. Like I'm pretty sure, like if like at 31, he just like barely tries against Roman and stuff, like something like that. So
Eventually, though, he'd had to make him look really strong. But you got to make him look real strong.
Yeah.
That's gonna be basically it for us. We've been live for almost 2 hours. Holy shit, this has been fun.
Wow.
I want to thank OkayFabe again for tuning in. Hopefully, we get him back on eventually down the road. There's no pay-per-view this week though in wrestling, right? There's nothing happening. Bound for Glory. What about?
No,
Glory?
that's later this month.
Hold up, let me find out real quick. Someone Glory.
Well, you're looking that up, Chase. I want to throw a question at you.
All right.
Thoughts on the Undertaker movie that's coming?
I'm excited. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it.
You're not upset?
October 23rd.
Huh?
You're not upset because there was a rumor that WWE for a while was going to do an Undertaker Origins movie as a Western, and instead,
No, this is it's a survival horror.
No, I know what it is. I know what it is.
Yeah, I'm excited for it.
Instead.
Yeah,
you know that's
okay.
Yeah,
and it's interactive. I heard that much.
yeah. I'm gonna play it. Yeah, I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna see if I can survive the Undertaker.
So
with the New Day.
It's on the 23rd. It's on a Saturday. We might do
What
for that.
What Bound for Glory?
Why not,
Steven, you're not gonna survive that, dude.
Hey, listen, if I'm
No,
high,
no, Steven, you know what time it is, right?
on a Saturday. Oh,
No, it starts at 10 p.m. your time, at 11 your time.
what Impact? Bound for Glory?
Yeah, Bound for Glory. Yeah, they pushed back the time.
Why?
No, not really, dude. It's as long as it's 8:00 over here, I'm good, dude.
No, Steven, it starts at 11 your time.
Oh, it's old.
It starts at 8 my time. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
It's old.
No, that's why I was trying to tell you. I'm like, Steven, why you're not going to do a watch along for Bound for Glory? It's too late. You're going to fall asleep. You're going to be falling asleep during Christian Cage versus Josh Alexander.
Like I did for the New Japan. I was like, we'll think about it. We'll see what happens.
Because I was going to say, don't you remember they pushed back the time? I don't know why they did, but they did.
Yeah, but again, it's Saturday. I don't mind. It's a weekend. I'm fine with that. So we might end up doing.
And they're supposed to be doing crossover stuff with AEW, New Japan, and AAA.
So the current match lineup for is this Bound for Glory 2021? This is the current match lineup, Steven. So you're going to stay up for the 6-way tournament in our final for the inaugural digital championship.
Oh,
John Schuyler or Zeki Dice, huh?
Oh, my boy Zicky Outlander, Zicky Dice.
Yeah, well, it's either him or John Schuyler versus Hernandez or Crazy Steve. Crazy Steve is back. Wow. And then the rest is to be determined.
Watch that beat Matt Cardona.
Tournament final 3-way match for the vacant Impact Exhibition Championship. Trey Miguel versus Black Taurus. Petey Williams. Trey Miguel versus Black Taurus, Petey Williams, or Steve Macklin versus TB determined. Call your shot gauntlet match. The winner receives a trophy and a contract they can invoke anytime with 1 year for a championship match of their choosing. So far, only Rich Swann and Kurt Hawkins is in there. Singles match for the
No, it's a thing.
Brian Myers. I only know Kurt Hawkins. Singles match for Impact Knockout Championship. Deonna Purrazzo versus Mickie James. And then the singles match for the Impact World Championship. Christian Cage versus Josh Alexander.
They have
Prince
They didn't
Prince
announce
66.
nothing
I'm
about
with you. I want Punk versus Sting. I agree. Punk versus Sting needs to happen at Bound for Glory,
They're
brother.
supposed to have some AEW, some AAA, and New Japan on that card.
Well, they have AEW. They have Christian Cage. That's
True.
AEW.
Yeah. Like Taurus, I guess, is AAA.
Yeah, Tauros is AAA. I'm guessing that Deonna Purrazzo's NWA and Brian Myers. You could say maybe he stopped at New Japan for a second. Who knows?
Yeah. I guess that's it's pretty interesting that like they ran their commercial saying, "Oh, we got all these promotions," and like that's all they already.
Don't forget the Good Brothers. The Good Brothers. They're not there yet.
Anyway. There's nothing happening. This the fight Saturday, right? So I'm probably gonna
Saturday.
Probably watching it somewhere. I don't know.
Okay.
Is you
I don't know. I'm gonna try to find some place to watch it. I know if I go to my barber, I could put money on it. The only thing is, if I do, he's gonna be like, "Man, well, then you got to pick Fury because I'm picking Wilder." So I don't know if I want to do that or not. I might.
Oh yeah. I'm ordering it. I'm going to a buddy's house. We're gonna do a party.
Oh, it's gonna be crazy, huh? Anyway, there's that. So if anything, I'll be back probably next Sunday, or if not, listen, it's October. What I really want to do is probably do like a whole return of the throwback. Mike gets his internet going again and shit like that. Or if not, maybe a watch along on Twitch.
Yo, you guys want to do a watch along of Halloween Kills on Peacock?
Nah, Halloween Havoc, bro.
Come on, man. Halloween Kills is gonna come out on Peacock.
Yeah, but
Wait, not Peacock, HBO Max.
I don't know. Maybe.
No, it's Peacock. No, it's Peacock. It's not HBO Max.
Oh, okay, I was right. Okay.
I'm probably gonna split the boxing fight with my brothers. There you go. I think it's great though. Listen, people getting excited, and it's not a Pacquiao fight or a Mayweather fight or a Canelo fight
or a Paul brother fight.
Man, I don't know about Dan Castillo. You're gonna watch wrestling pay-per-view on Delay Motion. Watch. Of course you can, Damien. Of course you can. Anyway, guys, we're gonna wrap things up here. I want to thank you all for tuning in. Thank OkayFabe for joining us. I want to thank Chase and David for being on, as always. Chase, let them know, man. Where can they check you out, bro?
So far, just follow me on Twitter at ChaseOliver68. I'm still trying to work out my internet for my own personal YouTube channel. Plus, I've been more plus it's kind of busy right now. As you guys know, I work like 2-3 jobs. So, California rent's expensive, but I'm also trying to save up to do the pro wrestling thing. So that's the reason why I'm working a lot. So, I want to get back to YouTube, but right now you guys can just follow me on Twitter at ChaseOliver68. Pretty sure I'm just cracking jokes about pro wrestling and other stuff.
And getting people upset and shit like that. I love
I love it too.
And of course, obviously, our AEW fanboy assassin still on stuff. Anyway, and we're also here, Dave.
Yeah.
You don't have anything, right? What do you have?
Man, I got here. I'm loyal here, man. You find me here on the Hill Steven.
All right, man. Hope at least here you're not posting that I hate WWE comments, which is great. Awesome. I appreciate that. Anyway, guys, you can follow me on Twitter at Heel Steven. Check me out on Instagram at Heel Steven, all that fun stuff. And yeah, I'll keep you posted though on the whole Halloween Havoc thing. We'll keep you posted. Anyway, guys, gonna be it for us. Thank you for tuning in. You guys are awesome as always. Holy shit. We love you guys, and we are gone. No fuimos, motherfuckers. No fuimos. Peace out.
Oh,